Sefer Sha'ari Kedusha, The Gates of Holiness, by the Holy Kabbalist, Rabbi Chaim Vital. I'm going to go to page 177. Which is, it's going to be part 3, gate 1, I believe. Let's see, page 77. 177, sorry. 177, part 3, gate 1, the existence of the worlds. This matter shall be explained with the utmost brevity, solely to the extent necessary to understand the matter of prophecy. What did I do? Okay, right? We said solely to the extent necessary to understand the matter of prophecy. Is this matter going to be explained with the utmost brevity? So on that, 808. The expansive details of the chaining down of the worlds, Seder Hishtalshalus, is the subject of Eitz Chaim of the Arizal, written by Rabbi Chaim Vital, and is explained in a manner of grasp and comprehension by Rabbi Dov Ber of Lubavitch and Shahar Yichud, translated as The Gate of Unity, available in English on Neirot.com, Neirot.com. Now the supernal emanator, blessed is he who emanated all the worlds, is called the Unlimited One, Ein Sof. Blessed is he. He has no image whatsoever, neither in the form of a name, nor in the form of a letter, nor even in the thorns of the letters. We thus are incapable and therefore barred from all thought of him. He emanated 5 worlds, one being the soul for the next, and the next world being the soul for the next. These are primordial man, Adam Kadmon, as mentioned in Sefer Tikkunim, which in the nomenclature of the Gaonim is called exceedingly brilliant. Tachtzechot, Tzachtzechutz. The second is the world of emanation, Atzilus. The third is the world of creation, Bria. The fourth is the world of formation, Yetzira. The fifth is the world of action, Asiya. These 5 worlds are considered as one being, Havaya Achas. For the thorn of the letter Yud is primordial man, Adam Kadmon. The Yud itself is the world of emanation, Atzilus. The first He is the world of creation, Bria. The Vav is the world of formation, Yetzira. And the final He is the world of action, Asiya. Now, because primordial man, Adam Kadmon, is so concealed from us to the point that it does not even have the form of a letter, but only the thorn of the Yud, whereas the Unlimited One himself, blessed is he, does not even have the simple image or form of the thorn of a letter. We therefore generally only discuss the 4 worlds of emanation, Atzilus, creation, Bria, formation, Yetzira, and action, Asiya. This is because they are complete letters, and together the 4 are called the name of being, Shem Havaya. These 4 further subdivide into 9 levels, these being wisdom, Chachma, understanding, Bina, the 6 directions of beauty, Tiferes, and kingship, Malchus. For these 4 are called the 4 supernal foundations, which are the 4 worlds of emanation, Atzilus, creation, Bria, formation, Yetzira, and action, Asiya, and they divide into 9 spheres. However, the thorn of the Yud, which is primordial man, Adam Kadmon, is the 5th world, which is higher than all and includes them all. It alone is the root of all 4 foundations, which are the 4 worlds of emanation, Atzilus, creation, Bria, formation, Yetzira, and action, Asiya. We thus find that there are never more than 4 foundations, and the general principle that arises is that the Unlimited One, Ein Sof, blessed is he, is not included in any calculation whatsoever. Subsequently, the worlds were initially included as one complete name of being, Shem Havaya. Afterwards, they were divided into 4 foundations, except for their root, which is primordial man, Adam Kadmon, and is the thorn of the letter Yod, which is the 10th sephira that is higher than them all, and is therefore called the crown, Keser. Afterwards, the 4 foundations were divided into 9 sephiros, as mentioned. Now, it all includes 2 categories, the emanator and all the emanated. About this it states in Perkei de Rabbi Eliezer, before the creation of the world, the intention being to this world, he and his name were one. The unlimited one, in Sof, blessed is he, is referred to here as he, who. And the emanated are included in his name, Shemoi, which is one being, Havaya Achas. And all of it is one because the flame was concealed within the coal. 8:15. Note from the Chida. I've seen an explanation written as to why, in truth, the unlimited one, Ein Sof, is called by the title he, who, whereas the emanated are called his name, Shemo. All of which has already been discussed at length by the commentaries of blessed memory. What is important for you to know is that all things below in the worlds, meaning all that is actualized, formed, and created, have a refined and concealed root above in the essential self of the singular pre-existent intrinsic being of the unlimited one, Ein Sof, blessed is he. Now it is known that the nature of a thing that is hewn from another is that within itself it always possesses the power of that which it was hewn from. For example, within the branch of a tree is the power of the root, and necessarily in the same manner within the root of the tree is the power of the branch. If this was not the case, it would be impossible for the branch to come from the root. This being so, the 10 spheros of the world of emanation, Atzilus, which are the branch, necessarily possess a very hidden and concealed root in the essential self of the singular pre-existent intrinsic and essential being of the unlimited one, Ein Sof, blessed is he. However, in him, they actually are not recognizably differentiated. God forbid to think so. In other words, it is impossible for us to differentiate and say, this is the crown, Keser, or this is wisdom, Chochma, etc. But it rather is like a Heyuli, similar to what we say below in the world of action, Asiya, that the Heyuli is the root of the 4 elemental foundations. Now the words of the Arizal are well known, namely that when it arose in his simple will to create the worlds, the unlimited one, blessed is he, estimated within himself in the aspect and level of his kingship, Malchus, as in the verse in Psalms 145, your kingship, Malchuscha, is the kingship, Malchus, of all the worlds. By way of analogy, this is called the aspect of kingship within kingship, Malchus, Sheba Malchus, of the unlimited one, Ein Sof, even though this is not truly the case. For in reality, we are incapable and therefore barred from ascribing any form whatsoever to the unlimited one, Ein Sof, blessed is he, neither any image nor any sphere whatsoever. God forbid to think so. Rather, it only is in order to satisfy the ear that we speak in such terms, as the author writes in Eitz Chaim Durush Abiyah, chapter 1, all the lower worlds that are emanated from the unlimited one, Ein Sof, blessed is he, to receive from him, similar to the fact that biologically the female receives from the male, so to speak. It is for this reason that the verse, your kingship is the kingship of all worlds, begins by specifying your kingship, Malchuscha, in the masculine, indicating that relative to the construct of the worlds, he is the giver, and it is only in relation to the other spheres that are above her that she is called by the title kingship, Malchus. This then is the meaning of the continuation of the verse, is the kingship, Malchus, of all the worlds, meaning that all worlds are emanated into her. Now it is known that the male is called by the term he, who, and this term, he, who, includes all 10 spheros from below to above as follows. The he of the word he, who, hints at the feminine aspect, which is included in the sphere of foundation Yesod, and is the mystery of the corona, Atara. The vav, 6 of the word he, who, hints at the 6 directions of the sphere of beauty Tiferes. The aleph of the term he, who, hints at the crown, Keser, wisdom, Chachma, and understanding Bina. For as known, the first 3 spheros are considered as one, like the form of the letters Aleph, the form of the letter Aleph. That is, the Yod above is wisdom, Chachma, the Yod below is understanding Bina, and the Vav in between is the mystery of knowledge, Das, which mediates between wisdom, Chachma, and understanding Bina. And as known, knowledge, Das, is at times entitled the crown Keser, in that it is the middle line that is called, in Exodus 26, the center bar that goes from end to end, from above to below, as known. We should also point out an additional reason that the Aleph hints at the first 3 spheros, namely, as known, the title of the first 3 spheros is the name Yah, Yud He, that is, the thorn of the Yod is the crown of Keser. The Yod itself is wisdom Chachma, and the He is understanding Bina. When the name Yah is spelled out according to the name of Ma, Mem He 45, the name of Hashem spelled with Alephs, that is, Yod He is spelled out in full, Yud Vav Dalet, and He is spelled with Alephs, right? Meaning He, what comes code instead of a Yud, He Yud, instead of that it's He Aleph, let's say, right? So it's spelled out with Alephs, which if you spell it out, Yud He Vav He, all with Alephs, it'll equal this, Mem He 45. That's why it's called that. So when you spell Yud He with this type of filling, it has the numerical value of Chaf Vav 26. Yud is 10, Vav is 6, that's 16, plus the Dalet 4 is 20, plus the 5 for He is 25, plus the Aleph 1 is 26, which is the same numerical value as the Aleph, which has the Yud above and Yud below and Vav in between, right? So 10 above, 10 below, and 6 in middle, that's also 26. In a way of complete oneness, Aleph. Thus, the first three spheros are called the Aleph of the world, Hu, in English meaning He. Also, as known Malchus, which is the feminine aspect, is called Shem, his name, or Shemo, or Shem. This, then, is what our sages of blessed memory meant when they said before the creation of the world there was He, meaning, Hu, meaning He, meaning all the aforementioned aspects as they are in the essential self of the unlimited one Ein Sof, blessed is He, and His name, Shmai, meaning the aspect of kingship Malchus of the unlimited one Ein Sof, which includes all the emanated or the recipients of the unlimited one Ein Sof, blessed is He, and are feminine in that they are recipients relative to He who is above. All of it is included in the mystery of His oneness, Echad, meaning that they are in a state of absolute unity like a flame that is bound to the coal. It may thus also be said that this is the meaning of the verse in Psalms 33, He, and in Hebrew, Hu, spoke and it came to be. Hu, in English, He commanded and it stood firm. This is to be understood, as mentioned above, that the term He, Hu, refers to the unlimited one Ein Sof, blessed is He, according to the order of the levels of the root in ascending order from below to above. This is likewise the meaning of the verse in Psalms 132. For Hashem has chosen Zion, desiring it, Eva, as His habitation. Eva l'moshav. That is, the letters of the word desiring it, Eva, are the same letters as the levels of the aforementioned roots, but in descending order, from above to below. That is, the Aleph is the crown, Keser, wisdom, Chachma, and understanding, Bina. The Vav is the sixth direction of Tiferes, beauty, and the He is Malchus, kingship. The distinction between these two orders is the distinction between the direct forward light, or Yasha, and the rebounding returning light, or Chayzer, however it is. It all is an absolute unity, and oneness that should suffice for understanding. Okay. Whoa. Okay, now it was explained that all the worlds are included in the name of being, the Shem Havaya, which is divided into 4 foundations and 10 spheroids. In the same manner, this is likewise the case with each of the worlds, in the same manner that each of them also divides into particulars, that is, the world of Atzilus emanation, which is the letter Yod, and is called Chachma, wisdom, divides into each of the aforementioned aspects. The two Hold on. It do possesses one complete name of being, Kavai Achas, that is divided into 4 foundations and 10 complete sephiros, literally in the same manner that we mentioned in regard to the worlds in general. The same is likewise so of each of the 5 aforementioned worlds. The same is likewise the case that each further divides into its further particulars to the utmost specificity, until we find that even in this lowly world, even the most minor creation contains the totality of the 4 letters of being, Havaya, and all the 10 spheres within itself. All this is to show that everything is created by the power of the emanator Hashem, blessed is He, and aside for Him nothing exists. Another introductory matter that you must know is that all these aspects and levels, from the exalted level of primordial man Adam Kadmon until the depths of the abyss of this lowly world, all are one above the other and one within the other. For the one that is higher manifests within the one that is below it, like the soul to the body. However, it is not all of the upper aspect that manifests within the lower aspect. Rather, it only is a specific aspect, which is the lowest level of the upper level, that manifests within each lower level, and the same is true in succession until this lowest of worlds. That is, such is the case with all the worlds, whether we are discussing the worlds in general, or whether we are discussing each particular aspect of them, including even in this world. In every particular detail in them, it is in this manner. That is, there is one that is higher than another, and one that is inner to the other, to the point that they are all like garments to one another, and ultimately they are all garments of the unlimited one, Hashem, blessed is He, who is the soul of all worlds. However, in each of these 5 worlds, there is separation in the spreading forth of their light and the extent of their spreading forth, so that there should be a distinction between them. Similarly, there is another separation in the particulars of the 4 foundations of each world, as well as in the particulars of the particulars, but this is not the place for the explanation of this matter. What we find is that in the manner of the spreading forth of lights and illuminations from above to below, there is no sphere that does not include all 10 spheres within it, and each particular sphere further subdivides into thousands and tens of thousands of spheres. The same is likewise so of the spreading forth of the lights from inner to outer. It also is in this matter, for the innermost of the spheres is called the crown Keser, and the outer sphere that is above it is wisdom Chachma, and the outer sphere that is above that is understanding Bina, and the outer sphere that is upon that are the 6 directions of beauty Tiferes, and in the outermost of them all is kingship Malchus. The same is likewise so within each particular aspect, that it divides in this manner into thousands and tens of thousands of particular details. However, because we have already provided the complete explanations of this matter, as it is in all the worlds except for the matter of action Asiya, we will therefore only explain the subject in great brevity here, to the extent that it is necessary to understand the desired subject that we seek in this book. Now, there are 7 firmaments. The uppermost is called Aravos, because it includes the first 3 spheres of the world of Asiya, action within it. These are the sphere of intellect, Galgal HaSeichel, the surrounding sphere, Galgal HaMakif, and the sphere of the constellations, Galgal HaMazalos. The 5 spheres of Saturn, Shabtai, Jupiter, Tzedek, Mars, Ma'adim, the Sun, Chama, and Venus, Noiga, are the spheres of Chesed, kindness, Gevurah, judgment, Tiferes, beauty, Netzach, conquest, and Hoid, majesty. The 6th sphere is Yesod, foundation, and includes both Koichav, Mercury, and Levana, the moon. The last firmament, which is called Viloin, has nothing of our own with which to serve, and is the sphere of Malchus, kingship of the world of Asiya, action. The 7 letters Bagad, Kafras, Beis, Gimel, Daled, Kaf, Pei, Reish, Taf correspond to the 7 firmaments, Rikiyam. Nevertheless, it too is divided into the 10 spheres that are within it, which are as follows. The firmament Viline is the Keser, crown within it. The 4 elemental foundations of Ish, fire, and Ruach, air, Mayim, water, and Afar, earth, of this lowly world are the aspects of Chachma, wisdom, being understanding, Tiferes, the 6 beauty, directions of beauty, and Malchus, kingship. We thus find the kingship of kingship, Malchus of Malchus, that is within the world of Asiya, action, is the foundational element of Afar, earth, which is the receptacle and substance matter of this entire world. It is in this foundational element of Afar, earth, that all of its offspring are included, as it includes within it all 4 fundamental elements that were mentioned. As per the explanation of the verse, all originate from the Afar, earth. Ecclesiastes 3:20. We have thus explained the matter from above to below, as well as from the inner to the outer, for the elemental foundation of Afar earth contains 10 spheros. Their crown, Keser, is the innermost and is called the aspect of the Yechida essence of the foundational element of earth, Afar. External to it is wisdom, Chachma, which is the aspect of the Chaya of the earth, Afar. External to that is the aspect of understanding, Bina, which is the aspect of the Neshama of the earth, Afar. External to that is the aspect of the 6 directions of beauty, Tiferes, which is the Ruach of the earth, Afar. External to that is Kingship Malchus, which is the Nefesh of the foundational element of earth, Afar. This external aspect of Kingship Malchus itself divides into 10 spheres that are within it, and their Kingship Malchus is the foundational element of gross physical earth, Afar itself, which contains no spirituality at all, but only gross substance, which is called inanimate, domim, whereas that which is inner to it is called the soul nefesh of the inanimate, domim. The same applies to the foundational element of water, mayim, for the aspect of Kingship Malchus is the most external of its aspects, which is called water, that brings forth growth and vegetation, and it thus is called the vegetative Soimeach, and all the aspects that are inner to it are called the soul nefesh of the vegetative Soimeach. The same is so of the elemental foundations of air, ruach, and fire, eish, which are the animate, chai, and speaking beings, medaber, respectively. Together, therefore, are as follows: the inanimate domim is the nefesh, the vegetative Soimeach is the ruach, the animate chai is the neshama, the speaking being medaber is the chaya, and vilon is the yechida. As already explained, each of these aspects include them all. These aspects are referred to by the philosophers as powers. For example, they stated that the soul, nefesh, of the vegetative Soimeach possesses the power to sustain, the power to draw sustenance, the power to absorb, and the power to expel. Similarly, they stated about the soul of the animate living being, chai, that it possesses the power of motion, the power of movement, and the sensatory powers, and that it possesses the power of consciousness, the power of imagination, and the power of imagery, etc. The same principle applies to them all. What arises from all this is that even though Kingship Malchus is the most external of all the levels of whatever aspect it may be, nevertheless it is the body of that aspect. However, it is not a body of actual coarse and gross physical substance. Rather, that is only the case with the final, most external aspect of Kingship Malchus of the world of Asiya action, from above to below and from inner to out. Only that level, which is the foundational element of completely gross material earth, Afar, is the coarsest and most gross body in all the world. Cool. And that is done with the part 3, gate 1.